Hi, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I am so excited for today. And today joining me is Doris LaCroix. Doris is 71 and looking and feeling fabulous. And Doris is part of the Healing Place Community Studio and has been for a while in different ways. And I'm just so excited to have Doris here and chat about Doris's experience in the studio. Welcome, Doris.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I can't wait to talk about this. So I'm really, really excited.
Doris, how many classes a week do you do in the virtual studio?
I do strength training in Monday mornings. I do the yin at night. On Tuesdays, I go to another class, but I do Pilates. And
Nice.
then I come back to you on Wednesday morning. I do my energy medicine. And then on Thursday, I do my strong and mobile. So 4 days a week, I would say that I do your classes.
Nice.
And it's amazing. They're so good.
Awesome.
What I was going to say is the strength training that I started with you, must be about 3 years ago, I guess, the first time. My strength is unbelievable, how I can do a plank for 45 seconds without struggling on my wrists. So yeah, it's really good.
How else, Doris, has building your strength and your mobility helped your day-to-day life?
Last year was my first year moving here to New Liskeard, and it was my first year actually having a garden. So that part was extremely important for me because it helped me with my mobility, working in my garden, maybe 2-3 hours a day without having any repercussions, I would say. And I didn't have to soak too long. There are some days that I didn't feel up to, as everybody can tell, I'm not any young chick, but yeah. So the strength training, the mobility has helped me move my hips. It helped me with my hip flexors. They used to be so tight. If I would be sitting in a yoga position, after a minute, I'd have to stretch my legs out because they'd start to cramp, especially in the groin area.
Yeah.
So yeah, so absolutely, the strength and mobility is, I would recommend anybody can do.
Yes, exactly.
So, and right. That's the main thing. Like even my husband, who has severe arthritis in his neck, and has started to do energy medicine with me, and so that's a real bonus. I like to see him move around a little bit more. So, and that has helped him too, because any kind of stretching actually is so good for you.
Yeah.
So yes, absolutely. I'm totally grateful for everything. I think it was a real blessing that you came into my life.
Thanks,
and our life. So yeah,
I'm so grateful for you as well. How has being in a community changed it? Because this just isn't a virtual studio, it's a virtual community. How has that?
And that is to me, that was an accountability. I felt that, the girls were coming on maybe 2-3 minutes before your class, and I'd be able to say, oh, hello, I haven't seen you in a long time, and how are you doing? So that part of the community also brings me a lot of joy. I feel that I'm part of this group of women wanting to get stronger and to be a little bit more healthier, I guess you would say, so that you know, if even if it's cloudy outside, well, when you see happy faces getting together to do this, the practice that you're offering that day is something that is truly, truly an inspiration for a lot of other women to join our group and to become this circle of strength. I think that, you know, one person will say to the other, yes, you know what, I can do this today. And the accountability at the end of the month, when you do the testing, I guess you could call it, at the end of that, is that's another a real bonus, because then we can kind of like say, holy geez, you know, like last month, can you believe it? Then we talk about those things in our little group. So for that's another thing that it just brings me so much feeling of belonging, a feeling of belonging in our group, that you know, that I want to show up. I want to be there at 5 to 9 in the morning so that I can do that little chit chat. You know, I want to be there at 8:10 at night so that I can do, even if it's in my pajamas. And that's great too, because you've seen me in my pajamas. So, you know, and just to say, like, it just winds down everybody, and it's a connection. That's what it is. It's a connection. So yes.
Yeah, connection of like-minded women, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and,
really beautiful.
And yeah, and having said that, I think that you hit the nail right on the head when you started to implement these things. Like, you know, I'm sure that this was probably one of your dreams a long, long time ago for you to be able to bring people together. And Zoom probably did that also, like, you know, part of it. And the other thing too is that I have to mention is that your mother-in-law, she was like, when we used to go to the studio and you used to teach at the studio at the time, she was my other inspiration. I'd love to just lay next to her, and then we just chit chat a little bit, and we couldn't stretch as much, but that was okay. Like, you know, oh, well, we turn this way and that way, but yes. So that part too was, it brought a lot of happiness into my heart. So, nice. Yeah,
mine too, you know, her doing yoga right up to 93.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, and coming in and being here in studio at the Healing Place, and everybody else is virtual, and just having that little conversation in the morning was just so beautiful. Just so beautiful. And she loved it. She loved it. And part of the key to her well-being. So Doris, one last question. How has this affected your well-being, your mind?
I have a little bit of OCD, and I've also have ADHD. So that was diagnosed, and but I haven't been able to see a psychiatrist to medicate me. And anyways, I don't really want to go that route. So the meditation that you offer, the yoga practice that I do with you, has calmed my mind tremendously. Those things there are, it brought me to be able to concentrate and to be able to meditate and just to calm my mind. So honestly, you know, I wouldn't have been able to do it if you wouldn't have been there. So again, the Healing Place is a real healing place for me and for any other woman that would really want to join, because I think that it's you're an omen. You really are. I love it.
Thanks so much, Doris. Thank you so much.
And it's and the other thing too is that I have to mention is that the price is very, very reasonable, you know, and I've told you that many times, that it's affordable, you know, for everything that you offer in that scheduling, I guess you could call it, or in your menu that you have to offer all of these women is, well, it would be maybe 2 or 3 classes a month somewhere else, like, but we have access to your library, and it's phenomenal. Like, the meditation that you offer, the yin yoga, the legs up the wall, if you want, like, all of those things, and the Pilates for beginners, so because really, if we don't stretch it, we're going to lose it.
That
and
is so true.
yeah,
It is so
so
true. And
yes.
one of the, the truths for me, especially right now, I'm in the grocery store, I'm at the gas station, like I see these prices, was to keep women healthy and moving and make it affordable for them. So it's not stressful for them to do. They can afford it every month. They can show up and take care of themselves. And for me, that was really important. And, so
and
I'm
it's true.
glad that you feel that way as well, because that was
Yes,
one of
well,
my goals.
thank you, because as seniors, we have to cognizant of our money and where it goes, and everything skyrocketing prices. So to be able to do something for the amount that you charge is it's well worth it. And the other thing too is that it's not a big lump sum for 3 or 4 months, because a lot of people can't afford that. But this way here, it's what is it, Cher? It's $60.
$55
Yeah.
plus
So,
HST a
you
month.
know, yeah. So, I mean, that's to me, it's well worth every penny that I can put in there. So
Nice.
you're an inspiration. I love it. I'm not anywhere near quitting, because
No.
I'm keeping this up for sure. Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
And like I was saying, just showing up for myself made me a stronger person.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
the other
so
thing too,
true.
because as women, we give. We give to our children, our husband, our parents, our grandparents, everybody. But when do we ever come up with for ourselves? Because there's always an excuse. You could get up in the morning and say, oh, I better make coffee, instead of saying, oh, you know what? Let me roll down my mat and let me spend a half an hour, 40 minutes with my friend, and then with my community,
Yeah.
to make me feel better about myself, because
Yes.
that's a very important one too.
Yeah,
It's to make
absolutely.
you, and the more physical and stronger you become, the better you are as a human being.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
couldn't have said it better myself, Doris. That is just so beautiful. Doris, thank you so much for joining me and
you
being
are
open to have this conversation. And again,
I
thank
am
you so much.
I am so thrilled. I couldn't wait to see you. So thank you.
Lots of love, my dear. All right.
You too.
Take
Bye.
care of you.